Hi, everybody. So my name's Sunil Dougal. I'm the CRO of Xcession. I'm joined by my colleague Dan. Dan, 30-second intro.
Yeah, hi, I'm Daniel Gilby. I'm an account manager here at Xcession. Long time in IT, varying roles and guises, solution consultancy, you name it, service delivery. Yeah, get in touch to find out more.
Excellent. So what we thought we'd do today is, I know that when customers are going through a journey looking for potential service management solution partners, there are often questions around what that engagement might look like. And so today is a very short video to cover off really what it would be like engaging with Xcession for the first time. So we're going to take you through a little bit about what that process is. Dan, maybe we can fire up the first slide. And
I was going to say, luckily, we've got some slides.
There we go. So just a quick intro to Xcession itself. So we've been around since 2018. We are an ITSM and an enterprise service management solution partner. We work with multiple vendors, and you can see our technology partners there. We do that because a core ethos to our business is putting the customer first. And by having multiple technology partners, we're able to really look across a broad spectrum of the key players in the market and really help customers make the right decisions with their technology choices. We are a fully remote business, and we think that that's exactly the way to go. We are focused really on making sure that as an organization, you maximize the value from your service management investment. So we look first at what you have today and how to make the most of it, before we look at what other investments you might make to leverage additional capability. And we have a blend of UK-based, nearshore and offshore resources, so we're able to sort of match the needs of your projects as best fitted. But I guess the purpose of today, as we said, is around what it's like to engage with Xcession. So Dan, question for you. What sort of situation might a customer be in when they think about talking to us?
Great question. And again, we have a slide that talks this a little bit. In very broad terms, like a headline, if you like, is that you've got some challenges with your service delivery and you'd like to find out how can I best improve those. It could be a specific area, it could be a specific project that you want some assistance with, some specialist input to. You want to understand, okay, I've made this huge investment, things have bedded in. How do I now take it to the next level and create better experiences and better outcomes for the user base there? Or indeed, you come into contract term. You want to understand, someone mentioned we work with a variety of solution partners. Is there a better fit for me going forward? Could be from a budget point of view, functionality point of view, future roadmap that aligns to your business strategy and vision. You want to get some specialist input on a specific area, perhaps your CMDB. You're scratching your head there and you don't have the internal resource that can address that. We can help with things like that. It could be you need additional support. Maybe somebody in your organization has left, it's left you a little bit short on specific resource. Again, we can backfill that gap, and a whole number of other reasons. There's 6 listed here. It's not an exhaustive list, so if you'd like to find out. Sorry, go on, Sunil.
Sorry for interrupting, Dan. So I guess the key is almost anywhere in that service management journey, whether it's looking at a new tool, maximizing the value of an existing tool, or looking at extending that to the line of business, whatever it may be, you have an idea of the outcomes you want, we're around to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere from implementation of a brand new solution for a brand new organization, right the way through to a mature service delivery function where you just want to take it that step up, and anywhere in between.
Fantastic. All right, so I've watched this excellent video on Xcession TV. How do I get in contact?
Well, again, could not be easier, and no great surprises here. We're on LinkedIn. You can shoot us a message there. You'll find all of the crew, all of the team, all of their profiles up as well, so you can reach out via the company page or to us individually via email, info@xcession.co.uk, and indeed there's a contact form on our website. Equally, email Sunil or I directly. Emails right there.
Fantastic. All right, so I've contacted you. I've emailed you directly, in fact. and said, Dan, I'd love to have a meeting. I've got some challenges. What happens then?
Okay. You reached out to us. What you should expect is you'll get either a same day or next working day response saying, thank you for your message. We'd be delighted to talk to you and find out a little bit more about the challenges and so forth. And we will then seek to arrange an introductory conversation. And we'll bring in members of the team. Depending on what you've told us, we might loop in members of the team here to join that initial meeting. And we'll just have an open conversation. We'll tell you a little bit more about Xcession, who we are, what we do, cover off in a bit more detail the things you saw on the first slide there. And then you'll tell us about what's happening with your situation. From that point on, we can determine very easily, is it going to be valuable to you and valuable to us to have an onward conversation, and then which we will arrange. What we'd ask of you. Oh, go on. No, go on. Sorry. All right.
Apologies. One of the things I think that is really important is about making sure that we have best use of time here, isn't it? So I'm interested in this second box here, really around what we will ask the customer for to try and make sure that we maximize on that time.
Exactly. So we would like to understand in as much detail as you're able to share at that initial point of contact what it is you're hoping to achieve, looking to aim for, what challenges you might be facing. We'd also like to understand if you have timeframes around that. Is it an urgent project? Is it something that you're looking at to plan for next quarter, next half of year, or whatever? Who are the key stakeholders? Who's behind this? What's driving this initiative, or whatever it may be from your internal business or from your internal functions there? It's there. The bullets are there. What are the drives for change? Why are you looking to do this? What outcomes are you hoping to drive from that? And then, if there is budget, we've discussed that. We'd like to obviously understand ultimately who's, who and how is going to this piece of work or whatever the case may be is going to be paid for. So those are the sort of things we'd like you to bring to that initial meeting. Fully appreciative that you may not have all of those, and we can discuss that at the time.
Okay, so we've had this first meeting. Everyone's happy with the conversation. I guess there are potentially different routes that we could go down, and in most instances, we won't be able to come up with the answer of the first meeting. So what might happen then?
Okay. So we've had that initial conversation. We've got an understanding of what you would like to achieve, what you would like to do, what the request, what the ask is, right? So typically, or most often, more often than not, we'd follow up with a more in-depth discovery session, give you the opportunity to perhaps bring in some specialists from your side, equally from our side, and they can have perhaps more of a technical conversation to really understand, get into the weeds of things. Then, we'll be able to provide you with a bit more of a detailed and accurate rough order of magnitude, a ROM. We'd also like to talk to you about, onward vision, what the best fit might be. It really depends on what your need is, and again, this isn't an exhaustive list, but it's just to give you a sense of what you should expect. And, I've mentioned it there, bringing other members of the team, subject matter experts and so forth. If we've requested some information in the interim, it'd be great if you could assemble that and bring that to the meeting as well. And then, give us an indication. Do you think that this is something that's going to work for you, or Xcession going to be the right partner for you for the work you want to do, the timeframes you're working toward, and a whole lot more. Again, no huge surprises here, but really just to give you that kind of clear outline about who we are and what we're going to be asking of you, because that is important, right? It's not all about what you're asking of us, because we're going to need some back and forth and information from you to be able to then work together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've done our discovery. We've engaged with you, the customer, and various people within your organization as appropriate. You've asked us for information about our skills and capabilities. We have a pretty good feel for what the work is at this point. What happens?
Okay. So, as you said, we've got all the information that we need to then come back to you with either a full proposal, a ROM cost, It could be a plan of works here. If you're looking at different solutions, like I mentioned, end of contract earlier, we can give you a market evaluation against the tech solutions that we partner with and say, here are where we think, you'd be best placed, maybe across 1, 2, 3 or more of those, reasons why, and step you through that. Then go on to arrange things like solution demos and so forth. Or indeed, it could be, you just need some advice, guidance, best practice input there to fix an area within your service management function. It really, again, I'm going to hammer it home. It really does depend on what you're seeking as to what we will then play back to you. And then if it is a statement of work or a proposal that we sent you, we'll ask for feedback. Is this what you're looking for? Is this going to meet your needs? When can we commence with this? What obstacles are there that we can help you overcome so that we can get the work underway and then take you on that journey to those better experiences and better outcomes? What's the time frame? Are you looking to do this now? It's always ASAP, right? But then realistically, how does that play into your organization's budget cycle and things, and realistic questions like that? And then equally, if we are going to work together, we're going to need access to the wider team there from a commercial viewpoint as well. And again, that's not an exhaustive list of points here, right? But just, again, to give a sense of where we're going to be at the appropriate time frame, at the appropriate point in the engagement.
I think one of the important things that we want to convey is, and one of the purposes behind doing this short video, is that we want to make things as easy as possible, but still make sure that we have the right information to give you the solution that you need for the outcomes that you're looking for. So, as Dan said, not an exhaustive list in all of these, but actually hopefully an indication that working with Xcession is pretty clear, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and that you have a high degree of confidence that you're going to get where you want to go. So, one final reminder how to get in contact with us. Here it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sunil, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that's it, isn't it? Drop us a line, and if you have some challenges you'd like to discuss, we're here for you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.